So an absolute bombshell of news is getting dropped on us regarding Verdansk's return next week, so I thought we would break it all down in today's video. Now, I do want to apologize real quick because I did just have wisdom teeth surgery like 2 days ago, so if I sound weird or look weirder than I usually do, I do want to apologize for that, so let's get into it. All right, so to start off with, let's get into the new Verdansk fly-through, and they've been dropping a ton of this stuff on Twitter and on YouTube regarding the map, and I gotta be honest, so far we're looking good, but I have learned my lesson with gassing something up before I play it. So obviously it's looking like the OG map is gonna be the exact same, which I've been preaching that on social media, having no zip lines and stuff like that, and that's something that I haven't been seeing. Obviously, they still have done those kind of OG colors where the map gives that kind of OG Verdansk feel, which I personally love, and everything has been looking the same. Now, obviously, there's a couple POIs and stuff. If you guys remember OG Dam, if you got stuck down here in a zone pool that you had to like zigzag up this like side to actually, escape, which was kind of wild. But it's looking like all of the OG features of the map are the same. Which I know a lot of people have been preaching for that, myself included, is that to not change anything, keep it OG. And that's what it's looking like. My number one thing that I think is my favorite so far is that I have not seen a single balloon or PRD for people to rotate. We do have also in that image, I'm just gonna back up real quick because I'll be talking about it all. We do have the OG helicopters here, which I personally love. And it looks like they're gonna be bringing a lot of that stuff back. Now, obviously, Boneyard, Prom, all these places are hot drops where a lot of people like to land. Downtown, this is looking like the pre-Nakatomi Tower. If you guys remember, I believe it was like season 4 of Verdansk, you could drop in the big tower and get like specialist, a ton of money. We got a lot of stuff to break down. So far, what do you guys think of the map? Now, over on COD Twitter, they actually dropped a full roadmap with Warzone. So I feel like this kind of, there's no more Warzone going forward, that whole kind of rumor, I feel like this kind of shuts that down because they have now a whole Warzone roadmap going forward with Season 3. So obviously, we have Verdansk returning, the OG Gulag Showers, which I personally love. We have BR, we have Plunder, we have Rebirth Resurgence, which is at launch again. Me personally, this might be a hot take. I wish they would just have Verdansk only and no Area 99, no Rebirth, none of that, just have normal Verdansk, but it is what it is. And now they have a new mode that's gonna be called Battle Royale Casual. We haven't heard about what that truly means or what this will be. We also have a BR ranked play coming, I'm assuming Season 3 Reloaded, which I love that because obviously ranked play and cheaters, which we'll get way into that too, has been an absolute nightmare. And I think that them having ranked play later is very, very important to obviously fix all the kinks because we know there's gonna be bugs. We know Call of Duty in every single update. Definitely push that off until Season 4 or even Season 3.5, so there's not a lot of bugs and issues. We also have High Trip Resurgence coming back. There's now some new quality of life features, which we're going to cover all this. They have a squad deploy in buy station now. With the top, you can press a button and get your whole squad back instead of having to res every single person. You have now field upgrades in squad widget, so you can tell if they have a muni box, a plate box, all that kind of stuff. They also have prioritized favorite loadout and gunsmith, detailed death recap widget, inspect to view attachments, and HUD loadout icon when buyable in season. Don't know what that is. And now on this side, we obviously have the 150 player big map coming back, which I'm so excited for that. We have the vehicle rebalance, which the big bertha is coming back, the helis are coming back, floating loot is coming back, and now we have shooting during freefall, which I gotta be honest, that was like one of my favorite features of Verdansk. Flying in, gliding, and 2, 3, 4 kills, sometimes flying in the sky before we even land. One of my favorite features, I love that. Vertical buy station menu, that's gonna be a massive, massive change, and I'm excited for it. I feel like the buy stations are just so complicated now. You know, it's like a full checkerboard. You go left, right, up, down. Just bringing back that vertical buy station is going to be very, very important. They also have supply run and recons returning. Supply runs were obviously a great way to bring back your teammates. One person can land on the supply contract, the other person could go land on the buy and bring somebody back. That's a great, great change. Thermites are returning. I'm not too excited about that, I gotta be honest. They have the Return to Verdansk event. So I'm assuming this is gonna be a event in game maybe on Urzikstan or something like that. More classic elements, circle pacing, cinematics, contact multiplier, announcer, and the victory screen, I'm assuming are going back to OG. Coming later this season, specialist, big game bounty, and more. So obviously, I'm assuming the train and stuff, that should be coming back. Maybe like red doors, things like that we had on the OG Verdansk, I'm assuming will be coming back. Now here we also see Call of Duty tweeting out drop cash for Lodi, which iconic weapon are you running first? We saw the Kilo 141 is coming back. The AMAX, my baby, that's gonna be my favorite gun. As you guys know, probably of all time, I'm definitely gonna be running that first. The AMAX, the HDR or Cali sticks. I'm not too excited about Cali sticks coming back, but the AMAX I'm definitely stoked for. They've just been dropping a ton of news on Twitter of what's going on. Now regarding the vehicles, we do see the big Bertha is coming back, which is probably one of my favorite cars of all time in Verdansk. I was definitely pushing for no redeployed balloons. I think that was so important, in my opinion, to actually have to use your brain on a BR, which I can make a whole separate video on this, honestly, but to actually have to use your brain while you're fighting and playing the game, instead of having to just, zip and just fly across the map and just have a free rotation. I liked how people used to play and you had to take a vehicle, things like that, and fly and actually use your brain when you're playing a BR as a last team, last man standing. So I'm excited to see all these vehicles back. We have the cargo truck, the heli, the ATV, the LTV, and the Polaris Razor Pro sponsored vehicle in COD. That will probably be super good, kind of like the Hummer was in Warzone 2, how it's kind of like a sponsored vehicle because it's actually a paid brand outside the game. It's going to be very good, I bet. But obviously, I'm excited for the Bertha and the OG helis because currently all the vehicles now just don't feel the same. Now, the one thing I will say they have not touched on at all which is probably one of my biggest, if not the biggest concern with Verdansk returning, is going to be the anti-cheat. Obviously, all this stuff is great, but if the whole map is still infested with cheaters, not many people are going to play, not many people are going to want to play, and it's going to be the same old. The game's fun, but I die to cheaters all the time, and nobody likes that. So that's the number one thing I'm very concerned about. We haven't seen them tweet out at all about an anti-cheat or an anti-cheat update. So what do you guys think about that? Is this going to stop you guys from playing? I'm nervous because obviously ranked play was infested with it. We tried to play console only. There was teamers, there was boosters. It was just an absolute nightmare. Then if you try to play on PC, it's just blatant aimbotters. And I feel like even now that I'm back on PC now, even pubs is getting worse and worse with just blatant aimbotters. And I thought it was kind of funny that you could actually go back and see your OG Verdansk stats, and it showed you how many times you broke your legs, times you got headshot sniped, all this kind of stuff, but they can't track somebody blatantly aimbotting me across the map only hitting headshots. So I hope it's just a planned thing that COD has kept secret, and that they're going to change and have a massive fix to their anti-cheat with season 3. But I don't know. Obviously you can only ride on OG movement, OG guns, map, nostalgia for so long. If the anti-cheat's bad, it's not gonna be looking good. So the other big news, which honestly I know this sounds crazy, I'm actually excited for, is that Warzone will actually go offline on April 2nd for a whole, I think, 12 hours or day. I'm assuming this is gonna be to fix the actual launch and to fix the servers, because there's going to be so many people coming back to play the game. And I hope this actually does fix their servers, because they have been very bad with packet loss and issues across the board. I've played on Xbox, PC, PlayStation. It's all the same. And I have literally the best fiber that you can buy, and it's still very bad. So Warzone will be going down for, I believe, 12 hours, it says. So hopefully this can actually fix a lot of these issues. And honestly, we'll hopefully have a ton of people going outside to touch some grass, because after Verdansk drops, I'm not going outside at all. So hopefully this will fix some issues and some bugs when obviously all these servers do go live. Hopefully they're smooth for a lot of people. So it says here that Black Ops 6 Season 3 starts on April 2nd, and Warzone will be offline April 2nd through April 3rd. And anyone who opens the Warzone menu during the downtime gets the Kilo for free. So make sure that y'all do that. I'm going to be definitely rocking the AMAX. You guys got the Kilo. And also says here that BO6 is a free trial for all players. That's going to be great, obviously, for a lot of people that haven't played the game yet, to try to rank up some of those guns. If you guys would like a video on the best guns to probably level up for the brand new season, I got you guys with that also. But definitely try to at least log in once to get that free Kilo later. And if you guys have some time, definitely try to rank up some guns or your operator because I know ranking up guns and attachments is definitely a pain, so try to do that. Now here it is confirmed from Charlie Intel that there will be no redeploy balloons with Verdansk. I've been preaching that for I don't know how long, and that's probably a side take that a lot of sweaty players hate me for saying that, but I think that this makes for just brain dead plays where you can rotate easily, fly across the map easily, and I've been preaching that forever, is that I think that you should actually have to use your brain in a BR mode and actually have to rotate early, play smart, use your noggin, and I'm glad to see this actually happening, to now use vehicles again and have that OG Verdansk feel and not just get free rotations. I love this change. Here's a tweet I also from Charlie Intel, which I don't understand what this means, but I guess we're gonna find out very, very soon, and it says Verdansk and Warzone will feature an updated movement that's unique to Warzone. Now, I don't know if this means that they're going to be trying to separate Warzone and multiplayer to be their own separate games, their own separate studios. That's how I think it should have always been, and just build upon a day one game that all of us loved. But we'll see going forward. There's been a lot of rumors and leaks and all this kind of stuff. I try not to pay too much attention to it because I feel like a lot of the stuff that does get leaked isn't necessarily true, but we'll see. It says it still has Omni movement, but it's just been fine-tuned just for Warzone, closer to the original experience in terms of pacing and gameplay feel. Now, does this mean that B-hopping is back? Does this mean, because I personally, I'm not gonna lie, I was watching OG clips and I would love to know what everybody thinks. Is I personally love Omni movement. I think it's very, very smooth. Obviously, B-hopping, I would love to have that back, and there was just a snappier feel of the gunplay of the OG movement, but overall, in just the gameplay in general, I like Omni movement a lot better. Even watching back old clips and stuff, the OG movement doesn't even look that cracked, but maybe Omni movement plus this OG updated movement will be good. This, I'm not gonna lie, kind of scares me, because I feel like this could either go really good or really, really bad. Either way, I'm gonna have you guys with a ton of guides, a lot of settings guides, movement guides, all that kind of stuff to make sure that you guys are moving fluently across the map. So yeah, this was definitely a shocker to me and a lot of people. So we'll see what this means of a new movement that's coming to Warzone. Now, real quick, something I've noticed that I don't think a lot of people are touching on is obviously with the return to Verdansk, the inspect to view attachments, if you look under the muzzle, you see the monolithic suppressor. Now that currently is not on the BO6 guns. I don't know if this is supposed to be here, if this is a leak, or kind of what this is supposed to mean, but the number one thing I've been preaching to is with them bringing back the AMAX and the Grau and all these other guns is the audio. And I know that sounds cheesy, but if the AMAX doesn't sound like the OG AMAX or the Kilo, it's not gonna hit the same. And as you guys know right now, in Black Ops 6 and Warzone, we don't actually use suppressors a lot at all. It's mostly compensators. And now if the monolithic suppressor is actually returning, it might give us that OG AMAX sound, that OG Kilo sound, HDR, whatever it is. So this I'm honestly excited for, and obviously being able to pick up a gun on the ground and see what attachments it has is important too, but this is something I haven't seen a lot of people notice. So I also tweeted out, now COD Twitter, what have we learned about gassing up an update before we play it? Because if you guys remember, I got crucified during Warzone 2 for getting gaslit of it, that how good an update was supposed to be and being excited, and then obviously Warzone 2 turned out to be an absolute dumpster fire. So I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to get too excited. Obviously all this stuff looks great. I do want to know what you guys think about this update, what from all the leaks, from all the rumors, from all the stuff that COD has announced themselves. Are you guys excited for Verdansk coming back? I still haven't seen them touch on an anti-cheat or anything like that. I don't know if they honestly will, because obviously every time they do tweet out about it, people are like, yeah, this is just a bunch of BS, which I don't blame them because it sure seems like it. But I do want to know, what do you guys think? I'm obviously trying not to get my hopes up too much, because I'm obviously excited, but before I play it, can't gas it up. Now, obviously with a ton of these leaks and stuff, it's kind of only getting crazier from here as we are counting down the days. Again, I do want to apologize if I sound kind of weird today. I just had wisdom teeth surgery like 2 days ago, so still slowly recovering from that, but I got you guys with a ton of news, everything coming soon. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Make sure to smash the like on today's video with a lot of news coming out for Warzone. I got you guys. I love you. Appreciate you. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.